One of my favorite poets is Dr. Maya Angelou. I know she's late now, but she wrote some, beautiful poetry. And she's famous for a particular saying. According to her, she says that people are likely to forget what you said. They are also likely to forget what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. In other words, they will always remember how you made them feel. I remember reading a book some years ago. Actually, the book became a bestseller, The Secret. And that book talks about feeling and suggests that you receive according to the feeling that you have, okay? So I'm wondering now, first of all, what is the secret? Because it appears that the secret is in the feeling. So what's the secret?
Okay, I would like to explain this biochemically. An experiment was performed at Ohio State University before the dawn of the new millennium. And 2 sets of mice were brought, and for one set of mice, the person feeding the mice will pet the mice before feeding the mice, make the mice very happy, play with the mice, very happy. But he will feed the mice with very poisonous and toxic food, very high in cholesterol. But guess what? Because the mice was very happy when taking in this very toxic food, the happiness neutralized the poison and the effect was non-existent. So feeling is very important. Feeling is very, in fact, when you feel good, it can neutralize bad toxins in your body. Feeling is very important. Why? Because we have what we call feel-good hormones. There's serotonin, the happy hormone. There's oxytocin, the bonding, compassion, and love hormone. There is norepinephrine. There's dopamine, which is very good in certain quantities, can be very detrimental in higher quantities. Yes. So, but feel-good hormones, they change. You know what they do? Let me break it down. They activate what is called your parasympathetic nervous system.
Hold on, say that again.
Your parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
Okay. That's the self-healing mechanism in the body. So when this system is activated, the body begins to heal itself. Yes. So when you are happy, your body actually heals itself. Your body flushes out toxins. Your body heals itself when you are happy, when you are in a good mood. This is a real-life story of something that happened a few months ago. A woman was diagnosed with cancer. Her doctor refused to tell her she had cancer. The doctor was just giving her certain drugs, and she was recovering fast. She was recovering fast because she didn't know she had cancer. But guess what? She had this lunatic son who just wakes up one morning and tells her that, actually, yeah, you have cancer. It's cancer you have. And guess what? Immediately she learns that she has cancer.
She begins to deteriorate.
Yes. She stops responding to drugs. She stops feeding properly. Her level of anxiety and worry goes up. And then a few days later, she dies.
My goodness.
Yes, I'm talking about a real life story. So what I'm trying to say is that whenever you have certain feelings, fear, anxiety, worry, depression, it collapses. We have 2 systems in our body. We have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. There are feelings that activate the sympathetic nervous system where your immunity shuts down and collapses. And so diseases become more powerful and more potent.
That's why it's called dis-ease.
Yes, because you are not at ease.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Now, but let me even take it further. Apart from this, you see, emotions do 3 things. They magnify, they modify, and they magnetize. A lot of people don't know that emotions affect the impulses you have. Your feelings affect your taste buds. Your feelings affect the kind of choices, the kind of your cravings.
Right.
Yes, it does so.
Right.
In fact, your feelings determine whether you choose to go in this bus or the other bus, or you choose to postpone that flight and take the other flight. Little things like this, your feelings actually...
Is that a feeling, or is it intuition, or is it a hunch?
Now, I need to break this down. Your feelings actually speak to your impulses as well. Yes, let me go further. For example, these things activate your hormones that determine your choices. So, for example, somebody is afraid. is a thought and a feeling of fear. And the feeling of fear activates adrenaline, the fear hormone. It increases cortisol. And cortisol weakens your brain cells. That's why when people are afraid, memory shuts down. I'll share a story with you. I was training one of the best celebrities in Nigeria, music celebrities, in terms of her voice. She probably has the best vocal range. And I was teaching her something similar to this. And she said, you know, Kanmi, what you're saying is so true. On a certain occasion, I was going to perform the national anthem. I was afraid and I forgot the national anthem. Now, yes, because it affects your brain.
Yes.
Not just your brain, it affects your hormones, your choices, your digestive system. Finds it more difficult to digest food when you have certain emotions.
Certainly, like fear, for instance.
I want to share one or two more stories with you. You see, a woman is thinking of getting married, and she's inundated with, she immerses herself with those thoughts day in, day out. On one day, she's not thinking about pancake. She's not thinking about pancake, but she has this incredible appetite for pancakes. She goes to a grocery store to buy pancake ingredients, mix. And then she stumbles upon a friend she has not seen in about 10 years. They start a rapport, relationship, and eventually they get married.
They get married.
Yeah, now, that thought of marriage, and this and this and this and attracted, led to a craving for pancakes, which led to her going to a grocery store and meeting up with somebody. So let me tell you something. Your feelings know where your next opportunity is.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, because we need to bring this to an end. However, I think what we should also consider quickly is that in as much as this works positively,
yes,
it also works negatively. Because they say, for instance, that it never rains, but it pours.
Yes.
Okay? Then there's also Murphy's Law,
yes,
which says that if it can go wrong, in short, it will go wrong. Yes. So we need to flip that script. Because if we're going to go with the secret is in the feeling,
yes,
then we have to ensure that the feelings that we have are positive ones.
Yes.
And not negative ones.
Negative ones, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that means then that we should turn Murphy's Law upside down.
Yes.
Instead of saying, if it will go wrong, it will, we should be saying, if it will go right, it will.
It will, yes. And then let me say, finally, I need to say one thing, that in as much as the secret is in the feeling, whenever anybody has a negative feeling, don't be overwhelmed by it. And I'll share this with you because I was afraid of failing many exams that I eventually passed. I mean, your feeling will not determine everything. And this is why Hillary Clinton felt like she was going to become America's next president. It never happened because feelings are very powerful. They sort 60% of the whole equation out,
but not
everything. So when you have a negative feeling, don't be overwhelmed by it, because the fact that you have a negative feeling does not mean that it will eventually play out. What you should do is to try to work against it, or to use the negative feeling as an asset, not a liability.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think that should be our last point.
Yes.
An asset,
yes,
not a liability.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.